More questions than answers are surfacing over the death of Lindani Myeni, who was gunned down by Hawaii police on Wednesday. The 29-year-old, originally from Empangeni in KwaZulu-Natal, was shot multiple times by Honolulu police after a suspected burglary was reported. His wife says that the father of two was a gentle person who most likely just wanted to meet his neighbors at the time of the incident. But police accuse Myeni of being violent. Myeni's friends and family are devastated and are calling for justice. South Africa's Consul General to Los Angeles, Thandile Sunduza, joins me now for this conversation. Thandile, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Do you have the latest details surrounding the circumstances of the killing of Lindani?
Good morning, Faith. Thank you so much for the interview. For now, we are still waiting for the report. Remember, we follow diplomatic channels where we ask the authorities to give us a full report, a police report on really what happened. So far, we are still waiting for that report. I'm working in consultation with the head office at the embassy in Washington.
Has there been any formal communication, however, though, from the police in Honolulu just regarding relaying any form of words or any form of conveying any form of insight into what happened that day?
No, not yet. As I said earlier, that I'm still waiting for the communication from the diplomatic channels as I'm communicating with the Office of the Foreign Ministry. The only communication that we had as a consulate is with the family. I have personally spoken to the wife to give our condolences as government and will provide every consular assistance that is required. If they have confirmed finally to say they repatriate the body to South Africa, we as a consulate will come and provide the consular services and all the regulations as required by our mandate here.
You said that you have spoken to the wife. How is she? How is she holding up?
No, she is holding fine, and she was very, very happy that we have consulted her, and I reminded her that it's our duty and it's our mandate to support South Africans in distress, and she was still awaiting for the police report as well. So that's why we're also waiting. What does she say finally? But culturally and customarily, I believe they would want to bring back the boat to South Africa, because for now, to her, it's like a cultural issue. She was trying to greet the neighbors, took off their shoes as a Zulu culture, but we cannot rely on that. We'll have to affirm the formal report from the police.
Have the police reached out to the wife, however, to at least give any form of insight around what happened to her husband? Have they spoken to her as yet?
No, I cannot answer on behalf of the wife. I wouldn't know. I will wait for our own channels that we follow.
And how long are we expecting this process to take, Thandile?
I do not. Remember, the process depends country to country, so I cannot answer on behalf of U.S. authorities. I'm just on our side to say that we are ready to provide the consular services and any services needed as per our mandate.
And for the body to be repatriated back to South Africa, what would have to be concluded from your end?
From us, there is. You can also be happy if you check our website as well. There are certain standards that have to be followed, others prescribed by the Department of Health, including the embalming of the body and all the requirements that are done, how to bring it back. There are certificates that are needed and all documentation. It is a process that is very, very strict. Yes. But we don't do it alone. We do it with the head office as well in South Africa.
Yeah, I can appreciate the fact, Thandile, that it is a very strict process, but surely, you know, when you're inquiring in terms of the time frame, or even inquiring in terms of just some form of information to allay to the family, particularly during what must be a very confusing and a very difficult time, has any information been given to you guys so that you can at least have some kind of inclination as to the process that you're currently undergoing? Because it appears as though you're in the dark quite a bit regarding this particular case.
Now, remember, as I said, that we wait for the formal communication. Even if we are in the dark, we'll have to wait until we get the right form of information or communication. Otherwise, we will not speculate or act otherwise until we get a formalized issue.
Have you as yet reached out to the family as well in Empangeni many times? And we even saw with our reporters who are in Empangeni with the family right now, there's still a lot of uncertainty surrounding the circumstances of his death, and would want any form of clarity in that regard. As the Consul General, have you tried to reach out to them just to give them insights in terms of where you guys are from a diplomatic perspective?
From our side, we cannot communicate with the family on anything that is not formalized or that is not final, because it is not on. As long as we are communicating with the wife, I believe we must communicate the right things when they give us the required information at the right time. For now, I cannot say anything.
Yeah. And in general now, under normal or under general circumstances, Thandile, how long would the process take for the body to be repatriated back to South Africa?
As I said prior, if all those documents are filled and all the formal processes are done, it will take as much as it requires. It wouldn't take long. If we get the documents and everything will run smoothly and go quickly as required. So I cannot give a time frame on that.
Thandile Sunduza, we'll leave it there for now. From the South Africa's Consul General to Los Angeles, trying to give us the latest details there around Lindani's death.